I was Cleopatra, I was young and an actress, and you knelt by my mattress and asked for my hand. And I was sad, you asked it, as I laid in a black dress with my father in a casket. I had no plans. Yeah.
It's no news most of us take a lot of things for granted, from the clothes we wear to the food we eat. It takes various problems in our life to make us count our blessings, and there's some we take for granted simply because we've never been through certain situations. But something most of us forget about is how lucky we are to be born in the United States. I want to tell you the story of one of my closest friends, Yvonne Guerra's struggles and accomplishments. Her story is inspiring yet humbling, from the moment her family brought her here to the accomplishments she's achieved today. Most people don't understand why others from different countries migrate to America, and I'm here to tell you some have very crucial reasons and some aren't even given an option. Yvonne and her parents, Robert and Sylvia, have been living in the United States for 20 years now. Mr. Robert and Miss Sylvia didn't want to leave their country that they grew up in, but when there's no job opportunity, that's the only option, especially when you have to maintain a 4-year-old. Both parents worked very hard in school to become bank executives, but in Mexico, once you become a certain age, you're no longer a good candidate. The company that they were working for at the time forcibly made them leave with no retirement. Jobs are very scarce in Mexico with very little pay, so their only option was to leave and go to an unknown foreign land in which they didn't even know the language. Now for Yvonne, she was 4. She had no opinion. All she knew is that they were moving. Most immigrant families do what they have to do in order to better their lives in some way. It's always hard leaving a place you call home and knowing that you might never come back and see your loved ones. And she came so young, the U.S. is all she knows. This is her home and she barely remembers anything about Mexico. Her parents found whatever job they could find and worked day and night just to put ends meet on the table. Meanwhile, Yvonne was trying her best to fit in while never seeing her parents at home. Quickly after arriving and settling down in the U.S., Mr. Robert and Miss Sylvia filed for their resident status. Now, most of us don't know the process and imagine it to be easy and swift. No, there's many different categories to this and lots of money involved per person. So if you have a family of 4, you're paying for 4 people thousands of dollars. And to this day, the Guerra family has waited over 20 years and still hasn't heard anything about it, while still putting money into it. Not having residential status affects a person a lot. It holds you back from voting, from working legally, from not even being able to drive. In 2012, former President Obama created the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, known as DACA. DACA is an American immigration policy that allows some individuals with unlawful presence in the United States after being brought to this country as children and allows them to work and go to school. Yvonne applied in 2012 and got approved a year later. She was around 18 years old. This drastically changed Yvonne's life because it gave her hope. She was excited to start working and it gave her peace of mind to know that she was going to college. She began working in a restaurant and I admired her so much. She was 18 and helping her parents out pay the bills. Not what a lot of 18-year-olds can say. She was a smart individual. She even graduated high school early. After high school, Yvonne began researching universities. Come to find out, due to her legal status, universities make immigrant students, even with DACA, pay out of state, doubling everything. She struggled with work to help her parents financially and herself in order to pay through school. Adding to her busy schedule, she even got an unpaid internship at St. Jude's Hospital. To say the least, there was a lot on her plate. Through her hard work, Yvonne graduated in 4 years right before her 21st birthday. Currently, Yvonne is working for the corporate offices of Bank of America and has received many offers. She received 2 recently, being from St. Jude due to her impact when she was an intern. Her and her family are still waiting for their resident status and have no clue if they'll ever even receive it. I recently asked Yvonne to sum up her struggle, and her answer surprised me because it's something that probably a lot of people go through. She said, "Honestly, living without certainty is always frightening. I always have a constant fear for my parents, and that's my biggest concern. At any moment, they could be taken away. When it comes to me, my biggest struggle is that I have to try twice as hard to assure people that I'm great too, just like everyone else in this country." I believe a piece of paper shouldn't define you, and it shouldn't stop you from all the potential you have inside. I admire Yvonne because she didn't get lucky like us. She has worked for what she has while overcoming so many negative actions and comments from others. I'm honored to call Yvonne one of my best friends, and she deserves all the greatness in this world. While most of us try hard for ourselves, Yvonne is selfless and tries hard to give back to the people that gave up everything for her, and that's her parents.
When you know who you are and you know what your dreams are and what you're passionate about, everything that's around you kind of fades away, and you just have a clear path and a clear mind of what you want to do, and so you keep focusing on that. until one day you can achieve it. And I know that one day I will achieve everything that I want to do, and I'll make my parents proud.